Ever feel like you're drowning in problems, with no idea where to even start? It's a feeling we all know. But what if I told you that solving any problem, no matter how big or small, isn't about being a genius? It's about having the right framework. Today, I am going to share a powerful thinking system that will change the way you look at challenges forever. Stick around, because this is the ultimate guide to becoming an elite problem solver in the modern world. First things first, you have to define the problem clearly. So many issues never get solved simply because we don't truly understand what they are. We see the symptoms, not the disease. Imagine your website traffic is down. Is the problem low traffic? Or is it our SEO ranking for key terms dropped by 50% last month? The second one is specific, measurable, and gives you a clear target. A poorly defined problem is a problem you'll never solve. Once you have a clear definition, you need to dig deeper and find the root cause. This is where the famous 5 whys technique comes in. You just keep asking why, until you hit the real source of the issue. So, why did our SEO ranking drop? Because our main competitor updated their content. Why did that matter? Because their content is now more comprehensive. Why is it more comprehensive? Because they included video tutorials. Why did they do that? Because user engagement is higher with video. Why is that important? Because search engines prioritize pages with high user engagement. Boom. The problem isn't just low traffic. The root cause is that our content isn't engaging enough compared to the competition. See how that shifts your focus from just tweaking a few keywords to a real, strategic action. This is where the magic of breaking it down comes in. Big problems become manageable when you slice them into smaller, bite-sized tasks. Instead of one giant project, you now have a checklist. Research competitor videos, script 3 new tutorials, schedule a film day, edit the footage, upload to the website. Each small task is a quick win that builds momentum and makes the entire process feel less intimidating. This is how you eat an elephant one bite at a time. With your micro-tasks ready, it's time to gather reliable information. This step is crucial. You have to learn to separate cold, hard facts from opinions, emotions, and assumptions. Your feelings about the competition don't matter. What matters is the data. What keywords are they ranking for? What's their video view duration? What comments are users leaving? Use analytics tools, read reports, and focus on objective information. A decision based on emotion is a guess. A decision based on data is a strategy. And speaking of data, we live in an age of incredible tools. Don't try to solve everything with just a pen and paper. Leverage technology. You have the entire internet at your fingertips. Use search engines to find information. Use AI tools like Check to help you brainstorm or structure your content. And look for digital solutions that can automate parts of your work. There are also platforms where you can connect with mentors who have faced the exact same problem you're dealing with now. The right tool can save you hundreds of hours and point you to a solution you never would have found on your own. And that brings me to my next point. You are not the first person to face this problem. Someone, somewhere, has already solved something very similar. Your job is to find them and learn from them. Study models, frameworks, and case studies. Look for books, articles, or YouTube videos about companies that successfully improved their content engagement. What steps did they take? What mistakes did they make? This isn't cheating, it's being smart. Standing on the shoulders of giants lets you see further and get to your solution faster. Now, with all this information and inspiration, your mind is probably buzzing with ideas. Here is a common trap: falling in love with the very first solution that comes to mind. Don't do it. Force yourself to brainstorm multiple solutions before choosing one. Maybe you could create videos, or you could start a podcast, or write an in-depth ebook, or host live webinars. Get all the ideas out on the table without judgment. The goal here is quantity over quality. The more options you have, the more likely you are to find the best one, not just the first one. Once you have a list of potential solutions, it's time to evaluate them. Think like an investor. For each idea, consider the cost, the time required, and the potential impact. In other words, what's the return on investment, or ROI? Creating high-production videos might have a huge impact, but it's also expensive and time-consuming. Writing a series of expert blog posts might be cheaper and faster, but will it have the same effect? There's no single right answer. You have to weigh the pros and cons based on your specific resources and goals. Choose the solution that gives you the most bang for your buck. And now for the most important step of all. Take action. All the planning, research, And brainstorming in the world means nothing if you don't actually do something. So many people get stuck in analysis paralysis, trying to create the perfect plan. Forget perfect. Imperfect action is infinitely better than perfect planning. Plans don't solve problems, execution does. Pick your best evaluated solution and get started today, not tomorrow. As you start taking action, your work isn't done. You need to create feedback loops and measure your progress. Are your new videos getting views? Is time on page increasing? Are your rankings improving? You have to track your results. If something isn't working, don't be afraid to test adjustments. Maybe your video titles need work, or the thumbnails aren't clickable enough. This is a cycle. Act, measure, learn, and iterate. This constant feedback is what turns a good solution into a great one. Throughout this entire process, it is absolutely vital that you stay emotionally neutral and mentally flexible. Stress and panic are the enemies of clear thinking. When you're frustrated, you see obstacles everywhere. When you're calm and objective, you see solutions. If a particular approach fails, don't view it as a personal failure. See it as a data point that tells you what not to do next. Your mindset is your greatest asset. A stressed mind gets stuck. A flexible mind adapts and overcomes. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. Smart people solve problems together. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Collaborate with your team or seek mentorship. A fresh pair of eyes can often spot something you've missed completely. Explaining your problem to someone else can often help you see the solution yourself. No one is an expert in everything. Building a network of smart, helpful people is one of the best investments you can make in your problem-solving ability. As we move further into the future, it's also about working smarter, not just harder. This is where AI and automation come in. If a task is repetitive and time-consuming, there's a good chance it can be automated. Can AI help you generate social media posts about your new content? Can you use software to automatically track your keyword rankings? Every minute you save on a boring, manual task is a minute you can spend on creative, high-impact thinking. Always be asking, can a machine do this for me? Finally, I want you to shift your entire perspective on problems. A problem isn't a roadblock. It's an opportunity for growth. Every challenge you overcome builds your skills, your resilience, and your intelligence. The process of solving this problem will make you better, smarter, and more capable of handling the next one. Embrace the challenge, because the struggle is what forges you into a more effective person. And my last tip is to document your process. As you solve this problem, write down what you did, what worked, what didn't, what did you learn. Create your own personal playbook. The next time you face a similar challenge, you won't have to start from scratch. You'll have a proven framework to guide you. This is how you build on your successes and solve future challenges faster and more efficiently every single time. So there you have it, a complete framework for solving any problem that comes your way. From defining it clearly to documenting your success, it is a powerful system that transforms you from someone who reacts to problems into someone who systematically dismantles them. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this guide helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on thinking smarter and achieving your goals. Let me know in the comments which step resonated with you the most. See you in the next video.